won't back down.
Okay, Paul Pierce, you were right about Dallas over Oklahoma City in 6 games. The floor is yours to explain why you believe you were right.
I mean, I feel like I've been right all day, Skip. I've been right all. It was a great weekend for me.
Hold on, wait. You had Denver. You had Denver.
Yeah, that was a fluke, though.
Okay,
we all know that was a
by the way, a fluke. Is a fluke?
But yeah, no, I think everybody had Denver.
Okay.
Nobody had Indiana.
Okay.
I had Minnesota, so...
Nobody had Mavericks in 6.
Okay.
Nobody had that.
And yet, Saturday night, you gave me Oklahoma City plus 10 in Game 6. Plus 10?
Yeah, I'll be feeling bad for you. I feel bad for you because you always pick the wrong team.
Oh, you feel bad for me?
So
wait, I'm still up 1 dinner on you because I was up 2 and you got the 1 back with the Pacers. You lucked into that because all the Knicks got hurt.
I feel bad, so I gave you 10.
Okay, and so that cancels out these series wins. So you still owe me a dinner.
Yeah,
so it looks like I'm always right.
The season's still going. We got a couple more series to go.
So what happened to the Thunder on Saturday night?
Well, like I said on Friday, Skip, Shea is great, no doubt about it. Luka's even better. But in order for OKC to get past the Dallas Mavericks, he needed to have one of those games that I said you might not forget this game for a long time. Yeah, he had 36, and he played well. He had some big shots. Not bad. I mean, he played great for the series. But you know that game I'm talking about where you just remember that game for like the next 20 years that you just like, remember back when Shea did this? And he needed that, but he didn't get that because when you look at it, the team played well. Everybody played well.
Except for Chet. I didn't think
Except for Chet. Everybody pretty much showed up to the party. You know, I mean, I can't blame that. But you know who did give you some memorable games that you're going to say, look at this. You know what Luka did? He had 3 straight triple-doubles.
He did.
That doesn't happen. We don't see that. All 30-point triple-doubles. I mean, he had 29, you know. I like to call him 30.
Yeah, call it 30.
But Luka showed you why he was the best player in the series. And the difference in this series was the role players. Once again, we're going to continue to speak like this and say these type of things about the role players in every series until somebody win it. And there's going to be a role player that you're always going to bring up. So when you look at Lively, what he did, I thought he was amazing for them. He came off the bench, huge double-double. Garland, I mean, they have the necessary grit that can get you to the championship. When you have the scoring and a superstar like Luka, you got the Robin and Kyrie showed up in the 3rd quarter and played like Kyrie. My only problem with Kyrie, they need Kyrie to do this from the 1st quarter on. The way he played in the 3rd, they're going to get to the finals. Kyrie got to show up. I got Denver going to the finals, Skip. I really do.
You mean Dallas?
I mean, Dallas. I got Dallas beating Minnesota because I'm just looking at the pieces. They got superstar. They got 2 closers. They got grit. They got shooting. And Jason Kidd has quietly become one of the best coaches in basketball. You know, he's got experience now, and I really like Dallas. But my hat's off to Oklahoma. You know why? Because Oklahoma is the only #1 seed that you're going to say this wasn't an upset in the 2nd round. For one, they won the #1 seed on the last day of the season. They're way ahead of schedule as far as their development. And they have a superstar draft picks that they can get better. Now, they're missing some grit that you need to get to the conference finals and the finals, but that'll come. Chet is going to get stronger. He's going to get better. They can probably add, you know, a Rough Rider in there or 2. And I'm happy with what I've seen from OKC. Like I said, they're ahead of schedule. They can hang their heads up high and know that they're close to being where they want to be.
Keyshawn.
Can't foul at the end of the game, Skip. It was up. You foul, now the dude goes to free throw line, he gonna close it out. The game was 117 to 116. Dallas didn't beat them by 9 or 10 or 12.
At the end.
Yeah, but you can't do certain things that OKC did. They shot the basketball 90-something times, and the shots wasn't falling when they needed them to.
No.
You know, you say, well, Luka was the best player in this series. I mean, yeah, he got hot, but I don't know that he was the best. Even though his numbers may suggest that, he has more to work with because he got a Kyrie. And because he had other guys that was chipping in at times where you look at Shea, yeah, he scored 36, but some of the other times you get Lou Dort in foul trouble. He got to come out of the game. He was just a hack all series.
Okay, but that's because of Luka.
Because his aggressiveness, his aggressive nature in general, plus Luka with his head fakes and the whole deal. The whole deal. He creates some of those fouls, opportunities for himself. I'm not taking anything away from that. I just look at the way this game was played. OKC should have won this game. Now you say that about the last game that Dallas should have won and OKC took from him. So it's kind of a wash in this situation. That's the way that I see it. You cannot take anything away from Dallas. I just think that OKC, if that game was in OKC, they win that game. For whatever reason, they played down the stretch. They allowed Dallas to hang around too much, and they didn't get rid of them when they should have. The shots wouldn't fall at the time that they should have. Now, when you think about it, Luka played efficient, right? He was 4 for 6 from 3. He was 29, 10, and triple-double and 10. What else more do you need? And Kyrie did what he's supposed to do in the third quarter. They led at halftime, OKC did. Then their third quarter, they just kind of, I don't know what their adjustments was at halftime, but they didn't make any. They stayed the same where but remember, Jason Kidd did make the adjustments.
With 8:57 left in the third quarter, Oklahoma City was up 17 points.
Yes. Yeah, and then it started to kind of disappear for them. So in the end, the best team won. Maybe you could say experience between Luka and Kyrie. That experience kind of kicked in to some degree. You can say that.
You can say.
But OKC gonna be here to stay. They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. I think they're going north, and I think they'll continue to go north next year. From that moment at 8:57 of the third quarter, up 17. The Thunder got outscored 59-41 to the end of the game. The Dallas Mavericks are just a little better right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can't ask more from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I just can't ask more. He made 4 or 5 threes, and he's not a great three-point shooter. That's not what he does. But he made 14 of 25 shots, and when they needed those shots, he was making those mid-range jumpers like crazy. He even, I don't know. He even gave him 8 assists. I don't know what more. Like, I can't ask more than 36.
He needed an epic performance. I said on Friday.
If he wins this game, if he wins the game, though, Paul, now it turns into an epic performance. But he loses it.
Right.
And now it looks like, he needed to score 45.
Well, I said Friday, he got to go for 40.
Okay.
He went for 36. Round it up.
Enough. And it's quiet 36.
And he knocked down that big 3 in the fourth quarter.
No, Shai played amazing.
Yeah. All right.
But it's just something about, like, dude, when you win a playoff run, you
I understand.
Game.
Okay. But let's get to the guts of this.
Derrick Jones Jr. out there balling.
Hey. The Mavericks won the backboards 47-31 because Chet had a grand total of 3 rebounds. If you're 7 feet 1 inches tall, you just got to figure it out.
He got to eat something, Skip.
I mean, he didn't have the weight, the physicality.
That's right. He got
ragdolled by everybody. Listen, Daniel Gafford is a man. He's just a man. P.J. Washington is a man. And Derek Lively is not a man yet, but he played like a man at 7 feet 1 inches tall.
He dunked on him, even though he didn't catch the rim.
I know, he
dunked on him. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Chet, what you doing?
The physicality was too much.
Despite all that, despite all the things you just said, we're up a point with just a few seconds left.
That's what I'm saying.
Just a few seconds left.
What I'm saying.
We're up a point.
Don't foul in that situation.
1 point of going home to Game 7.
Don't foul.
And
just don't.
The man of the moment, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the most experienced player on the team, the one you can trust the most. Right. He flies into the corner on P.J. Washington and decides at the last second, I got to try to get a hand on the ball. And you can't foul a three-point shooter at that moment. Just leave it be.
Leave it alone.
And then the young head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder, he panics and decides, let me try to steal back a challenge here. Let me try to wipe this away. When if you take one look at that, he hacked him on the hand.
Right. But here's what I would say in defense, and I don't know how y'all watch this stuff or whatever, but in defense, or whoever is making that decision with the head coach, he's got to see that the ball is still in the shooter's hands.
I know, but
if the ball would have moved out of the shooter's hands, then they safe. But the fact that it did not move and he still had control of it.
Control of the basketball. It was not gone.
Yeah, it wasn't gone.
No, it wasn't gone.
And whoever is helping him make that decision.
Well, that wouldn't have mattered.
No, it would have.
No.
Why not?
Because he misses the free throw, and it's only, what, 2-3 seconds? 2 seconds left. So if they get the rebound, you're going to call a timeout still if you had that timeout?
No, but coach.
Yeah, but
you lost your timeout.
You went all in and hoping that it wasn't a foul. So I agree, actually, with the call. Knowing that
with the try, you mean? Okay,
with the try for it. Yeah, like, because it looked like it could have went either way. Man, it was like hand on ball, you know, despite you know the rules and everything. They said you get your hand on ball, but if he had released it.
Okay, but if you take one quick look at it, you just say the ball's still in his hands. I thought it was a foul from the first moment.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, whoever, I don't know.
I can see it. But these reps can make a mistake.
Paul, is he upstairs? Whoever's helping the head coach.
It's the assistants on the...
But is he upstairs? Well,
he's
football,
down.
he'll be upstairs.
He's right there behind the bench.
So he's right there. He has a monitor. He can see it.
Yeah.
But you got 15 seconds, and you can panic in that moment and just no challenge.
Okay, but maybe it's an easy second guess.
That may be true,
but if you keep that timeout in your back pocket, now you can advance the ball to midcourt.
Yeah, of course.
But maybe he makes all 3 of the free throws, but it doesn't matter because that's only a 2-point game. And then you can inbounds to Shea or whoever, Isaiah Joe or somebody's going to get a shot.
Yeah.
You know, you can get a shot to win the game.
Well, the foul lost it.
Yeah. Or do you think if he doesn't, or if Shea doesn't try to block it, he just closes on him and brushes across the face, whatever the eyes, does he knock that shot down? I don't know. I'm asking you.
PJ has been a great shooter in this series from the corner.
Do you remember when I brought up after game 2? Shea said after game 2, it was in the off day interview, he said, we've got to turn that water off. That was that guy.
No, P.J. Walker. P.J. Washington certainly did a hell of a job in this series. Even in this game, he balled out.
He had made 2 already in the 4th quarter. So Shea's thinking, I can't allow this. And by the way, that corner always haunts me. I call it the Vince Carter Memorial Corner. You guys probably won't remember this. Do you remember this?
Yeah, of course.
Wow. It was game 3. It was April 26th of 2014.
Pump fake, and he knocked the 3 in right there in that same corner. Yeah, Vince Carter.
Same corner, same building,
fake,
over Ginobili. I don't know how he got it off. And that won the game because they were up 2, and he ripped it at the buzzer.
Yeah, I remember.
And that gave them a 2-1 lead in the series, and the Spurs had to come back and win game 4 at Dallas and then 5, and they went on to win the championship.
Yeah, I forgot VC played for them.
He played for them.
I remember that shot.
And he was good. I'm impressed. That was a
31 teams.
Hey, that was a Paul Pierce Memorial shot, right?
I'm a historian of the game.
You made some like that, right?
Yeah, I've made a few of those.
Okay, so when PJ's starting to shoot it, I'm thinking, don't go Vince Carter on me, please.
Right.
But here's the point. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Shea at the last split second says, I can't touch hand. I'm just going to fly by.
Yeah,
I'm just going to fly by.
Fly by, can't touch hand.
Just fly by. Because he's the smartest player on the team.
It's a natural reaction, obviously, to go for the block.
Okay, and what we'll never know, if he flies by and contests hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is he going to make that? Okay, this is just me.
Or maybe they get the rebound.
Okay, but maybe Dallas gets the rebound.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Dallas gets the rebound.
Well, the first part he messed up in this play when I watched the play, Cardinal sin in the NBA, don't help out the corner.
Yeah.
Don't help off the corner.
It is. It's cardinal sin.
You don't help off the corner. The corner 3 is the easiest 3.
It is.
Out of all the angles at the 3-point line. Don't help out the corner. Stay home. And if he makes that shot right there, hats off to him.
Yeah.
But, you know, they didn't have a game plan coming out.
If he makes that, you call timeout.
But the thing is, you don't have a game plan right there because Luka is on the island right there.
Yeah.
You don't say double him. Like, what is the game plan? Do you say we need to double Luka? You have to double him. You have to get the ball out of his hands. But it can't come from the corner. But in Dallas's defense, if you look at the lineup, they had Kyrie standing right there. So if the next guy helped, that's Kyrie. So the only help was like, hey, we don't want Luka to shoot it. We'll rather P.J. Washington shoot it. So, you know, I don't know in this situation.
Okay, to Keyshawn's
Dallas put him in a bad spot.
Let's say he shoots and misses. If Oklahoma City can get the rebound, the game is over. You're going home for Game 7.
Even if he made it, you can call timeout and advance it. What about, what would it be, like 3?
It's 2.5.
So it'll probably be 3 seconds on the clock.
Okay. All right. So here's my problem. This is the reason it got so ugly to watch for me, so excruciating in the fourth quarter was because of Chet's inability to man the paint. That they gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter alone. Well, you're going to lose, man. If 6 offensive rebounds.
You're asking a rookie.
Yeah,
That's a big task for a rookie.
So Chet, this is the one that killed me.
Lively was getting underneath the boards and doing his deal.
Well, here's one for you. With 4:18 left, this is the one that just ripped my guts out.
Oh, it was either
Lively finally missed a free throw. And how do you not get he let P.J. Washington get completely inside him and get the rebound, and they kick it to Luka and then back to P.J., and he makes a corner 3, that same shot, okay? And it was a huge turnaround play because all of a sudden it was
even if he got underneath him,
that tied the game.
Even if he got underneath him like that, he too damn long to not be able to jump and get the basketball.
Man. Look, this is yours. This is yours.
He's too long, man.
They didn't understand the moment. You know, you can't give an offensive rebound from a free throw.
From a free throw underneath?
You can't. And it wasn't
position.
It's not a long rebound either.
Man.
Like, you just can't give up those plays. Those are crushing plays, and they prove fatal.
Yeah, so Chet scored 21, but most of them were just on lob dunks. You know, okay, I got that.
Too,
okay, I got that. But he went 1 of 7 from 3. It's not good enough because during the year he was making them. All right. He's a baby, you know, like he's
a rookie.
He's a rookie.
You can't put
Man, he need to get away.
He got to get. He does.
You can't put that responsibility on him. Like I said, they got to do something with these draft picks. They need to figure out a way to get a lot tougher on the inside.
Yeah.
And they're right there.
So, Keyshawn, you've seen guys, like when Kevin Durant came into the league, everybody was laughing about how skinny he was. Listen, he played strong. As a rookie, he played strong. My fear about Chet is he's just one of those guys who his metabolism runs so hot, he's never going to be able to put on muscle weight.
But you don't need to put on the weight. You need to put on the strength.
I know.
You don't have to get big.
You just know if he's got that in his makeup. I'm not sure.
Even if he's bench pressing 100 pounds,
I'm not sure.
Strength is about the strength.
Remember Kevin Durant at the combine trying to bench press? He couldn't do one. I think he couldn't do one.
I understand, but it's just the strength, Skip. It's not necessarily. It's not the weight, it's the strength. Because if he was strong, they wouldn't. The dude, man, it's too. I don't mean to laugh, but one time down the floor, he's underneath the basket. He looked like Bambi falling on the ground. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, come on, man, seriously?
Okay, so the piece they need to add to me is a true power forward.
Or a center.
Or a big set, like a physical center.
Yeah, because Chet can still stretch the defense, and then you start preparing for like a team like Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because you got Chet, who's like a who can match it with Towns.
Yeah.
And then you get a guy for Gobert, so you got to start looking like you get another center, or you need a power forward.
He can be that 4 like Anthony Davis used to be for us.
Yeah, he can be the 4 like how Towns is for Minnesota.
Like Towns is for Minnesota.
Would an Aaron Brooks help, who plays physical sort of NFL kind of basketball?
That's not what they need. That's not what they need. That's another perimeter defender. They need a big man. They need physicality underneath. That's the reason they lost. Lively, this guy's got the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Lively came to play though.
Lively came to play.
I was impressed. I was impressed.
But he's also 7'1". So.
Yeah. But he doesn't look like Bambi.
No, they look
like Bambi, man.
Well, listen, Derek Lively II is about to get tested because he's going to go up against that 3-headed monster in Minnesota. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.